everybody, it's Georgia Rose, and I am here in the soul space. I'll tell you, I didn't know if I was going to come on today or not. It's been a really fluky day, but here I am because I didn't want to disappoint you guys. So, you guys know the drill. Just share the show. I am live. I'm going to be on Zenkuda Astrology, Zenkuda on Facebook, Strong Island Television, strongislandtelevision.com. We're everywhere. And of course, after the show runs live, you can always listen on Spotify, every podcast platform that you can ever imagine. I am on live. So welcome to the show. This is just going to move this mic out of my face a little bit. Carmine in the back will tell me if he can still hear me okay. How's that sound back there, Carmine? Am I good? I can't hear. I can't hear Carmine, but hopefully he can hear me. I sound great according to Bobby, my illustrious producer. I love doing my show here at Strong Island, so you guys should call in, comment, make it a really great night. So just going to give everybody a little few moments to pile in, and while our guys are doing that and getting maybe your hot cocoa or your glass of wine to spend an hour in the soul space with me, I'm just going to kind of chat a little bit about some stuff that is going on and some events and some housekeeping. So I hope that you are subscribing to my YouTube channel. And next Monday, I'm going to be doing a show for Valentine's Day. And traditionally, I always do a Valentine's Day reading show, like love readings and things like that. But this year, we're going to do something a little bit different, but just as fun. So this year, as my give back to all of you, I am going to do your chart readings on the show. So here's what you have to do if you want a chart reading, and it's free on the show. I'll do a really quickie poo, depending on how many people give me their info. So I need all of you. You have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll be checking that. So subscribe to my YouTube channel, Zenkuda on YouTube. And then if you want to PM me either on the Georgia Rose Facebook site or through Instagram or through my Zenkuda Soul Space site on Facebook, if you would just send me your birth information, the day and time that you were born, and the place. And on the show, I will have your chart pulled and I'll give you a little mini reading about your soul's intention and what your path is in this lifetime. So just to repeat that for everybody who's joining me tonight, I need you to PM me or DM me, whatever the kids are saying tonight, your birth information, either on Facebook or Instagram, your date of birth, your time, and the place where you were born. And on next week's show, I'm going to be pulling your chart and giving you a reading on the show. And I won't say names on the show. I'll just say, well, the person born, blah, 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 unless you say in the PM that you want me to say your name. That way it's a private reading, but it's public. How's that sound, everybody? I am going to be giving you all readings. It's my give back for the week of love, Valentine's Day next week. So I have to tell you, I really looked at the astrology for February the last couple of days, and boy, is it a powerhouse month. I didn't think there were a lot going on because all the outer planets really don't have any big aspects and too much happening. But boy, when I started to really look at the astrology, there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to get right into that because I want to be able to do cards if we have a time at the end of the show. But definitely give me your birth information, time, place, and date. If you PM me that, don't write it in the comments on the show because I'm probably not going to see that because I can't really always see the comments after the show. So just PM me with that. And then next week on the show, you'll get a mini reading. All right. So, or people are already sending that in. That's great. Thank you so much for that. So I'm saying hi to Marilyn and Sarah and Michelle. And I got my regulars on. Thank you so much. Share the show. If you really like the show, get your friends to watch. Want to really increase this community. We're going to be doing some live events, some retreats, some all kinds of things, hopefully in 2024. So speaking of 2024, first I want to tell you guys a little bit about February, and then I want to go into a little bit of a longer, just a few little paragraphs about what 2024 is about, because this year is a really important transition year for all of us, not just astrologically, but also just with the energy that's out there in the cosmos. And I'll bet many of you out there watching and many of you who are going to be listening to the replay, you will probably say that you have been undergoing some really amazing changes in the last few weeks. Now, those changes may be, good, bad, or indifferent. I know some of you are in loss right now. You've lost relationships or people. Others of us have had major changes with a job or something going on. But what I will tell you is this is a year of transition, and we're all going to have a lot of major change happening in our life. So, that's great, Marilyn. She just said she already subscribed. That's great. So, we're going to have a lot of major change happening in our lives this year. And what I'm going to tell you is that energy is happening for transformation. Pluto going into Aquarius is a huge thing. Right now in February, we have a tremendous amount of Aquarian energy. All of that is transformation, but transformation that is activated through breaking apart things, through decentralizing things. What do I mean by that? Well, if something is in a group or a cluster, or you have energy that's fairly stable, it's in a container, right? It's in a group, you know, and it's in a formation. Well, if something comes along and decentralizes that and breaks apart the core, the central portion of that, everything scatters. It creates an eruption. That's the energy of 2024. A lot of things are going to erupt in a way in our lives and out there in the cosmos because they want us to transform them. And when I say they, I'm saying that generally speaking, God, Goddess, whoever you believe in, right? But the energy out there now is one where really want to be transformed. So my best advice to you is when these transitions take place, whether it's a great transition and something that you've been waiting for years finally happens, or whether it's something that's really challenging, don't resist it. Don't think, oh, this is too good to be true, or don't think, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get through this. Because, first of all, number one, the universe always has our back. And for those of us who've lived a little bit longer than some of the youngins watching, we can attest to that. The universe always has our back, even in the hardest, most challenging times of my life and many of my peers' lives. We have triumphed, and sooner or later, everything works out. That's what happens. But I know youth is an energy oftentimes that can be very fatalistic and think, oh, I'm never going to get through this. I'm going to die. You know, I had this breakup or I lost this person. And I'm here to tell you everything's going to be fine. Everything really, really is going to be fine. So, as these changes occur and as these eruptions come and these breakaways in our life come, the reason why it does that is to give us awakening and to give us transformation. That's the energy of Aquarius. It breaks things apart, it decentralizes the centralization of our life because it wants us to reach a higher consciousness. So if we resist that, it doesn't go so good. So you really want to make sure that you're not resisting that. And whenever these changes that occur in the next several months up until 2025, because this is going to be a rockin' and rollin' year, I'm telling you that much. Whenever these changes start to occur, don't resist them, embrace them, go with them. I'll give you a hypothetical. I hate the dentist. I know most of us do, but I have this inordinate phobic fear of the dentist. And whenever I have to go and have them do anything to me, if I resist and I tense up and I like think I can't do this, I can't sit in this chair like this, it is so excruciating. But if I just play music, put on dark sunglasses, and relax my body and surrender to it, before I know it, it's over and I'm through it. That's the energy of this year. So don't resist whatever changes come in. That's the first thing I want to say. The other thing I want to say about February is we have a lot of Aquarian energy. We have several planets in Aquarius right now, and we have a new moon coming in on Thursday in Aquarius. That is going to pack a powerhouse of impulsive energy. It's also going to pack a powerhouse of changeable energy, and it can also make some people overreact to things. But the good news is that it's also packing a great amount of energy for healing, awakening, and spiritual development. So for those of you on that path and coming into the soul space, if you really do meditation or whatever that is for you, walk on the beach or whatever, if you really go into some quiet energy to stabilize that core of you, right? Stabilize that central portion of us, that soul space. Then when these things occur that break apart the energy, it's not going to really be that much of a challenge because you're going to be in a space where you know that your energy is one that can withstand whatever comes. And you also know that the energy coming in that's causing all these changes is one because the universe wants to grow you to another level. So really interesting times for us. April will be full of surprises because in April is when this energy really starts to take on a different tone. A lot of the planets move. Right now, it feels like energy is very speeded up because we have all the planets going direct right now. And when all the planets are direct, which is the first time that's happened probably since the fall, early fall, um, this is an energy that makes things really move forward. If there's things that have been stuck or stuck energy, it's really going to move forward now. Now, sometimes with Pluto in Aquarius and with all this Aquarian energy, what will happen when things start to move forward is things will be revealed because Pluto is the lord of the underworld. Pluto is the energy that likes to dig deep into things in order to bring them to the surface so that we can activate change. We can't change anything when it's hidden, right? So this is an energy that will bring up things that will be revealed to us. Very much those are energies of fear, repressed anger, any kind of emotional energy that we have unprocessed in our body, in our mind, in our soul space. Those are the type of Aquarian time frame. And this is going to be playing out over the next several years. It's revealed to you. Like today, all of a sudden I just had a very like a little bout with anxiety, and all of a sudden I really started to question a lot of things in my life. And then I realized, oh, it's all these planets egressing into Aquarius. I'm feeling this electricity, this spark, this feeling of unsettling, of restlessness, right? And so if you sit with it for a few minutes and you really find the core of it, then what happens is you can make the change that needs to be changed. And it doesn't have to happen overnight. There's a long process. But the revelation, the aha moment, and the awakening comes like that. This is electric, it's impulsive. February into April is really going to be that type of energy. You're going to feel that quickening, that rapidity, that feeling of like, I'm breaking through something. I need to break through something. And my best advice to you is to surrender to it, don't resist it, allow yourself to be in a space of, what is this? What does this feel like for me? What do I feel like I want to do with this energy? That's really more or less the place where you really want to operate out of. To do anything more or less than that is probably going to put you in a situation where you feel really stuck and frozen in a not so great vibe. So try to make yourself move forward in a very methodical and strategic way. Try not to be impulsive in this energy. So I'm going to break down some dates for you guys. All right. So first, I'm going to give you an overview. Okay. Some of this energy, especially coming into, let me look at my dates. All right. I'm going to start from the top for you guys because this is really, what I will tell you also is AI and anything technology is going to absolutely explode. So make sure that you have a humanistic quality in your life, something you do that's very humanistic, whether that's a group that you belong to and you see people on a regular basis, or you have interaction with a certain group that's very like-hearted and like-minded with you. Don't give up your humanness because we're coming into an energy where technology is really going to be at the forefront. So make sure you're still going into that heart space on a regular basis. So now what I wanted to say was important dates. Pluto just changed into Aquarius. It's the first time Pluto's been in Aquarius in 240 years. Now, for those of you watching in the States, in the United States of America, that's extremely significant because Pluto was in that energy when we signed the Declaration of Independence. So if you really want to think about it, Pluto is the Declaration of Independence is having its 240-year birthday. So what does that mean? Well, typically speaking, it means that energy is going to be revisited. And so we also have Neptune leaving Pisces in 2025, like between now and 2025. It's been there for a long time, 14 years. We've got a lot of planets egressing. So Pluto going back into that space, especially for the United States of America, means that it'll be a revision. It'll be a re-evaluation. It'll be a redo, all right? We have a lot of things in our country right now. I'm from the States. We have a lot of things in this country right now that are really getting looked at. And you know, I almost felt energetically the other day, I was watching something. I really haven't been watching the news very often, but I was watching something about the border and how Texas is really fighting to make decisions about the border from a state point of view. Isn't that so reminiscent of the colonies when the colonies were formed, right? And what I thought was like, wow, that sounds so much of that time frame and that time period. And then I was hearing something about immigration and how the certain states are giving immigration people who are just flying over the border um, freebies, free medical or credit cards for quite a bit of money. And while I don't want to take a position on that, the energetic feeling that I had when I was listening to that was, wow, it's like the Boston Tea Party. And I'll tell you what I meant by that. And it just came out of nowhere, that feeling. And I thought, wow, there's always a point in the revolution of something. And revolution doesn't mean you go and get your musket and have to shoot people. Revolution, simply put, means something is evolving and revolving to the place it began for a revision. And now it will start another revolution or revolution, right, of that energy in a different way. That's what Aquarius does, breaks energy apart so we redo it. But the evolution, the planet and of the cosmos never stops. It just keeps going around. So there's always an energy, like during the time of the Boston Tea Party, that things became intolerable, right? It sounds really silly, but the tax on tea was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I feel like all of these programs with the immigration and the borders, it's so Aquarian because Aquarius is community, but it's also an energy of breaking things apart. And so you have that energy, and then you've got Neptune in Pisces, which is the dissolution of borders. So this is really an interesting time to watch because the sky is absolutely mirroring what's going on in our world. As above, so below. Just really interesting. So important dates. Pluto just changed into Aquarius for the first time in 240 years. In the next 2 years, all of the outer planets, which are the planets that govern the way things are on the planet, community, our macrocosm, not our microcosm, all of the outer planets in the next 2 years change signs. That's huge. That means that we're in a time when the whole world as we know it on Earth is going to change. Politics is going to change. The way that we live our life is going to change. Financial markets are going to change. Everything is going to change or start an evolution to change dramatically. This will not be like a snap of the fingers. You're going to wake up one day and it's done. No, no, no. This happens over a period of years. Neptune leaves Pisces, Saturn leaves Pisces, and at the same time, for the first time in 35 years, this is like 2025, um, those planets are going into Aries, and Aries is a complete reboot. So why am I going into all this energy? Simply put, to show you guys that 2024 is the year we have to really put the cherry on the ice cream sundae, get everything in a row, get ready for what's coming, because 2025 starts major, major, major changes. This year we've got Pluto revealing what needs to be changed, bringing up our fear, bringing up our discomfort in order that we become more solid. Because after 2024, when 2025 starts rolling around, boy, the planet starts really changing. The changes you're going to see in technology, in governments, in finances, in health and healing, in medicine are going to be unbelievable. I'm telling you. So 2024 is the year that we have to really put the finishing touches on the way we want our lives to start evolving. Doesn't mean you have to finish everything. It means that you have to put yourself in a row so that you are in a position to start to build the life that you want. This is our foundational year. So get it together, do what you need to do. Because in 2025, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune all change signs. Pluto goes into Aquarius permanently. And this is huge because we're cleaning up our old crap. We're cleaning up our old crap in the macrocosm and in our microcosm. All signs will change by 25, all planets will change signs by 25, 26, except for Pluto. And we're going to be in the final degrees of signs this year. When you're in the final degrees of signs with all those planets, that means it's finishing up the previous progression. Huge, huge, huge. We will never be in this place again in our lifetime. It will take eons. There is a reason why we were born to experience this rapid change on our planet. So I'm going to make a couple of predictions, okay? And it's what we're finishing up is going to be different for everybody. And if there's any psychic or astrologer on the planet that tells you that they know what is going to happen past 2025, they're full of crap because no one really knows. but I'm going to go out on a limb right now and give you a couple of predictions because I'm feeling the energy and this is what I think. Now, I very rarely make predictions because I could make a prediction and then the energy could change tomorrow and the prediction that I have will be different, right? Like when I do readings, I'll tell people, well, this is what I feel like the energy is, but you could leave here and take an action that will completely change your energy. Like someone comes to you and you say, you really aren't in a profession that's aligning with you, and you may be getting an offer from another company that is a job that you really might be better suited for. And then they'll leave you and they'll get the offer and they'll get the phone call, but they won't take it. We're in control. All right. I can tell you what the path looks like. I can tell you what the highway signs are going to say, but I can't tell you what you're going to do. So this is what I think. Number one, I know this is going to make a lot of people all flaked out, but I'm not a political person. This is not a political announcement, but I highly doubt that either Donald Trump or Joe Biden will be on the ticket when all things happen by the time November comes here. I don't think it's going to be either one of them. I'm not making any prediction about what I think as far as who will be on the ticket, but I'm telling you, I strongly feel that in my bones. I could totally be wrong, and if I am, sorry, but I do not think either one of them are actually going to be on the ticket. The other thing I'm going to say is that I strongly believe that we are going to have some kind of a reveal or a contact from other life forms. And I know you guys think I'm nuts with that, but I do think that's going to happen. And I'm not one of these astrologers who channels off-planet energy. I don't have an affinity for that especially, but I will tell you that I just feel that what's out there is getting closer, and it's going to be up to us to discern what is a good energy and what is not. And I just feel like something is going to be coming in, I'm going to say in the next 2 years, by the end of 2025, we definitely have a completely new way of looking at that particular topic. All right. Just feel it in my bones, whatever. So those are my two big predictions that I'm going to go. They're on video. So if they're wrong, they're wrong, but that's what I feel. So the bottom line, guys, on what this energy is all about is, and then I'm going to look at the comments, is we need to do better. We need to do better as a human race, and we need to do better with each other. So the energy will come in. It's really divinely guided, right? We all believe that. I know you're watching the Soul Space. You know you're divinely guided. The energy will come in to make us stronger, better, and raise our consciousness so that we can be kinder and more loving people. So as you are wrapping up things and getting ready for this big, huge mechanism of change that's going to occur in all our lives, think about who you want to become in regards to and in the framework of what can I do to expand love in my life? How can I become an individual who is loving and more loving and have those conversations about love and what love means to me and be love in action? Because that's what all this is really, really about. It's about that love in action. It's about being love on the planet and raising our vibrations so that we are feeling more love daily, loving more, putting love where there is none, making sure that we are loving to each other and being conscious of that. That's why all these changes are going to occur. While we're in them, it may be really hard to see that, but that's really why this is all happening, because we need to do better. It really is. We'll get another chance in this lifetime to wrap it up and do better. So since 2023, Jupiter and Saturn have been working together. And later in 2024, and now also, in February 2024 and later in the year, they're coming together again. So Jupiter is opportunity, it's growth, it's rewards for hard work. Saturn is the work, the responsibility, right? I always say the word responsibility means respond to your ability. If you're home crying on the couch that you don't have a good job, or you need to lose weight, or you don't have a good relationship, or whatever, then take the responsibility to respond to your ability to have that improve in your life. We all have the ability to improve things. We need to respond to that ability. That's responsibility. That's what Saturn wants for us. It wants us to take responsibility, pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, do the work. When we do that, Jupiter rewards us. So 3 times this year, Jupiter and Saturn square. So they've been very benevolent, and they start to move into a conversation of tension this year. Those 3 dates are in February, in mid-June, in August. I'm sorry, the 3 times are mid-June. They're getting gearing up for it now. They're coming into that square. Mid-June, August, and Christmas Eve of 2024 are the 3 times exact where Jupiter and Saturn are in what we call a square, and it's an energy of tension. What does that mean? It means the benevolence of Jupiter is pulling us one way, and the hard work and responsibility and authority of Saturn is pulling us another way. So when I see a transit like that coming in June, August, and Christmas Eve of this year, that tells me, Georgia, you better do your work. You better pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do your work, because Jupiter and Saturn are coming into that square 3 times this year. And if I don't do my work and I don't take responsibility and I don't clean up the crap, then I'm going to get my karma. So especially when Pluto, which is the Lord of the underworld, bringing in, revealing the fear so that we can take care of it and triumph over it, what's going to happen is if you slack and you procrastinate on things that are really energies that want to spiritually develop and grow you, then what's going to happen is the universe is going to give you a challenge that you absolutely have to do it. Like the Boston Tea Party, right? It was the threshold of intolerance where all hell broke loose. Like this thing going on now with our borders and the migrants, it's going to reach a threshold where all hell's going to break loose because there's a threshold of intolerance boiling there. It's boiling point. So where are the boiling points in your life? Where is the tension coming in that you have the ability to fix, harness, and improve if you put love there and be responsible enough to grow? So if you need an example of that, I'll give you an example. Like I just said, you're in a relationship and it sucks and you're, feeling really bad about it and you're just every day depressed. And well, the only person that's going to change that is you. You got to change it, right? The only person that's going to be able to get you a better job, a better house, more money, make you more fulfilled because you want to do a healing modality like Reiki or learn how to do astrology, or you want to accomplish whatever goal is in your life. You want to be a surfer. You want to, be a captain on a yacht. You want to be whatever it is that's going to make you in the soul space of your life. 2024 is the year you got to do it. You got to do it. Okay. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about February. Okay. So this year is all about the future. All right. Like I'm saying, wrapping up, but it's all about the future. You're wrapping everything up for the future. You're getting your goals in line for the future. You want a better job? I got to take the course. I'm registering today. The future, right? February is the launch pad. February is the launch pad. Energy is moving faster. Once we get into the end of this month and into March, it really starts to catapult and move. 2024 is going to be one of the fastest years you guys have ever felt. Now, obviously, we know time isn't really going faster, but what I will tell you is it's going to feel like that. So that's our perception. That's what's real. So it's like all systems are in place to enlighten us and give us liberation. And it may sound sometimes like I'm being negative when I say, oh, Pluto's the Lord of the underworld and we're going to have all these changes and this transformation is going to dig up our fears and everything. But guys, that is beautiful. That is amazing. And that is good. You know why? Because when it's not hidden, we can operate on it, surgically remove it, go through the crap and be better and have happiness and do everything. If you don't know what the problem is and you don't know what the issue is, you can't fix it. So this is all about enlightenment and liberation, and February is a launch pad for that. So you're going to be hearing things that allow you to recognize what's going on. You're going to be hearing things and understanding things and able to recognize things more so than we have been these last 3-4 years, because this is also triggering the energy that happened during the Great Conjunction. I remember in December of 2020, going down to my local harbor by the bay and actually looking through my telescope at the beautiful conjunction that we had. I could feel it in my body that was an ignition point, and it really is an ignition point. It's a signature of liberation. The important word being recognition. So let's look at that word, recognition, recognition, right? Launch pad. Cognition. Oh, I get it now. Oh, I feel the trigger. Now I know what it is. I'm not going to run away from it like I have a million times before. Now I'm going to have the cognition, the consciousness to change my life, be better, enjoy more love, enjoy more ideals in my life. So this is beautiful and it's divine energy and it's great energy. It's not going to be an easy month. It's not going to be an easy year. But the reason why this is so amazing and so beautiful is because we've been in crisis since 2020 and COVID and all these things that were like restrictive and felt like a wet blanket and made us feel stuck. We've been in this like crisis kind of feeling, but we couldn't put our finger on how to get out of it. Now the crises are revealed. And as this energy happens and things get more volatile and chaos and things might happen for a little while, we couldn't fix the crisis when it was hidden. We can't fix the problem if we don't know what it is. It's like that knock in the engine of your car. You keep turning the radio louder. I don't want to hear the squeal when I go around the corner. And then you go for your inspection. And the mechanic says, well, you know, you need a rocker arm or you need a new shock absorber or this belt is not working. And you're like, oh, that's what that was. And now every time you get in the car, you don't have anxiety about the noise anymore. That underlying subplot, every time you went anywhere that was playing that knock in your engine, it's gone. And you're like, wow, this car is a really great car. And I feel so great. This time I'm going to turn up the radio because I really want to sing because I know I'm going to get to my destination. I'm not going to break down. It's the same thing. I know I can deal with the breakup. I know I can get a better job. I know I can get a better education. I know I can get a better life. I know I can do what's in alignment for me because I can drive it better. I can drive my life better. I don't have the knock in the engine anymore. I know what it is. So that's this energy this month. Um, so lots of Aquarian energy this month. Full moon, February 9th. That's coming in Thursday. This full moon is squaring Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius. Uranus is that sudden breaking apart of energy. That Uranus is the ignition point in Aquarius that causes that feeling. This is a conversation of tension going in with this new moon. But Chiron, the planet of the wounded healer, is also involved here. In language you can understand, what does that mean? It means, yeah, new moon in Aquarius is going to be challenging. You're also going to feel very electric. If you feel shocking that day, or you feel anxiety, or you feel like, hyper, or you just feel like you're scattered, that's normal. Let yourself feel that way. Just give into it. It's fine. Just watch a movie, do whatever you have to do. But it's going to release stored up tension. The new moon coming in on the 9th will release stored up tension. You may be emotional. That's okay. It's coming out. It's being revealed. We can deal with it. The more we bury our fears, the more shocking the awakening is going to be, right? It's like the louder you play the radio, now you're in a false sense of security, right? You can't hear the knock in the engine. You're driving along, woohoo, my favorite song, la la. You forget about the knock in the engine, and then all of a sudden the tire falls off. More shocking than it would have been if you were listening to the rattle and saying, I know something's wrong, let me pull over to the side of the road, and the tire fell off. So you see how ignoring your fear, ignoring that niggly discomfort, it's going to be shocking when you finally get it revealed. So really do some meditation. Do those quiet walks. Sit with yourself. Where is my knock in my engine? Where's the crack in the driveway? Where do I have to fix something, right? Um, right after this new moon, which is Aquarius, the new moon is a good time to set intentions for awareness. It's a good time because it's in Aquarius and there's so many planets in Aquarius. It's a good time to set an intention of, please gently reveal to me what I need to work on. Please gently reveal to me my strengths. Please allow me to see the value of community, the value of being unique. Please allow me to see where my uniqueness is. That's the energy of the Aquarian new moon. Right after that new moon on the 10th, we've got Mercury squaring Jupiter. Mercury squaring Jupiter makes everything seem more important because Mercury is our mind and Jupiter is expansion. So sometimes when Mercury squares Jupiter, especially when we're coming off a new moon with Aquarius, where the moon squared Uranus, which rules Aquarius, it can be overwhelming. It's a lot of electric, a lot of energy, and people sometimes will overreact. So stay centered and stay grounded. Do something really quiet. Have a candlelight dinner. But again, Chiron is involved in this, so it's going to be a lot of revelations for our healing, which to me is just so beautiful. Let the energy take you where it's supposed to go, right? Instead of thinking of the tire falling off the car, pretend you're in a cruise ship going down the river. So this is all about finding balance between adaptability and stability, right? Think about that. If we have responsibility, we're much more able to adapt and then we feel stability. So that's where the treasure and the beauty lies in this next month is that new moon that comes in and starts to play with the energy until the end of the month when the full moon comes in. That new moon energy is one to set intention for stability and adaptability. Where in my life can I adapt more to create more stability for myself? Where in my life can I allow more love to come in so I have more stability? What do I need to take care of? What do I need to allow to come to the surface so that I can adapt and be more stable in my life? There's a very much a transformation. Pluto brings the what's hidden to light. The Aquarius energy and all the planets in Aquarius want it to transform. Chiron comes in, bringing us the healing, the awakening in that beautiful, all that Aquarian energy. Then on the 18th, the sun goes into Pisces and the energy begins to change. On the 22nd, Mercury goes into Pisces. And now the Aquarian energy is starting to dissipate a little bit. So we're not going to have those big awakenings anymore. So use the first couple of weeks until between now and the 22nd, especially, to really maybe meditate, do some yoga, go into quiet introspection, and really think about where the adaptation has to take place. What I'm going to tell you is 2024 is a year of complete transformation if you ride the wave. February is the launch pad. The way we begin February and the way we go into March, it's almost like we're different people. Things are going to occur this month that are going to really change up the energy when March starts. And looking at the astrology for March and looking ahead, what I will tell you is that we end this February with 3 planets going conjunct: Mercury, the Sun, and Saturn all in Pisces. Pisces is a boundless energy, it knows no bounds. But because of that, it's also the impossible becomes possible. So, this is really a great month for you to follow your dreams, start your intentions for your goals. And as we end the month on that note, then March comes in, and that energy can become either our karma for a job well done and a reward for hard work, or it can be the wake up call. So, really devote yourself this month to a little more spiritual growth, a little more energy in the soul space. What I will tell you, what today is the 5th or 6th of the month, I think it's the 5th. Um, these next couple of days into the weekend, you're going to feel like a buzzing. You're going to feel like a buzz in the air. I already felt it today. I always feel new moons more so than full moons in my life, but I will tell you that I felt like off balance all day today. I always get wobbly during a new moon. Um, this is a really big energy of communication with Mercury there. Um, Mercury has not been with Pluto. I mean, they're almost exact right now with Pluto in Aquarius. Mercury transits Pluto once a year, but Mercury has not been with Pluto in Aquarius in 240 years. And it's only going to be there for a little while, like a few days. So take the best of it because it's communicating to us that recognition of what we need to work through. It's giving us the cognition to be able to hear the message that we need to hear. The psychic veil is so thin right now with this transit. It's just amazing. This is also an energy that's really, really great if you have to talk to somebody, almost like talk therapy or talking to someone just to talk it all out. Because with Pluto bringing us revelation from the bottom, and Mercury, our words, our communication, talk therapy is really heightened. Even like therapy with another person that's a friend or something. Uh, And towards the weekend, we're going to get a little bit more stabilized. We have some earth energy coming in, things like that. But I'm going to tell you the next few days just going to be buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. This new moon occurs at 20 degrees of Aquarius on the 9th. Um, it's it's really potent. It's a really potent new moon, I got to tell you. It's squaring Uranus. That happens the day before. Um, it's a lot of changes and a lot of changes that are coming in all at once. It's going to be really interesting for me sit here next Monday and what happened in the news cycle and everything, because the week might start out slow, but I'm going to tell you it's going to be a week of a lot of surprises, a lot of surprises. As we go into the weekend, the 10th and the 11th, I'm going to go to comments in a second. As we go into the weekend, which is the 10th and 11th, what I will tell you is use your discernment, because as we go in the weekend and we're moving away now from that very energy that was so heightened and so electrical, whatever came to light in those few days, even in the news cycle where you have a lot of information coming in, a lot of surprises, surprises, surprises. Even today, as I was coming in, I heard on the radio that King Charles has cancer. Um, I'm wishing him the best for that. But that's an energy that no one was really expecting. So remember that whatever happens in your personal life, the energy is happening so that you can individuate yourself. It's happening to bring in your own uniqueness and the fluidity of that. So step into that responsibility for being who you are and what you're going to become. But what I will tell you is as you go towards the weekend, facts can be distorted and we can get caught up in fantasy. So make sure that you're really using your discernment in those days leading up to the weekend so that you have a powerful center and a powerful aspect of knowing what's going on. All right? And then next week we'll go into the energy on the show for the following week. So what I am going to go to now is my comments. Okay. We had a lot of people on tonight. Hi, Marilyn. Hi, Sarah, Michelle, Stephanie. Oh, that's great. I love how you having your childhood friends on. Celeste Lipsky. Um, oh, childhood friends with Stephanie. Okay, Celeste, I'm going to pull some cards for you. And I know some of you came on later. I'm going to make the announcement again. Anyone who wants to have a chart reading, I'm just going to do mini chart readings next week for Valentine's Day. We're going to meet on Monday the 12th. So my Valentine's Day gift to all of you, because I love you all. I'm going to send you all up hearts. You beautiful Zencuda community. I just love, 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 love you all. If you all send me your birth date with time and place, I am going to pull your chart ahead of the show. And on the show, I will give you your soul's intention and your path in this lifetime, a little mini reading. All right. Welcome to the show, Celeste. And Kirsten, I saw you on a couple weeks ago. I definitely owe you a phone call. I've just been in a really intense mentorship program. See, Marilyn says since January, so many changes. Definitely coming, more coming. Marianne, how are you doing? Kathy, we had Kathy on the show a couple of weeks ago. We got to have her back. I'm just really behind on all my phone calls and everything. Marilyn is saying she agrees with the off-planet contact. Disclosure is coming. I so feel that, Marilyn. I so feel that. And Celeste is agreeing with that, too. Feeling the love. Celeste is agreeing with feeling the love. So important to put our house in order. No more rose-colored glasses. Masks are falling off. You got that right, girl. Stephanie says she hates when her tires fall off. Me too. Unfortunately, that's happened to me a lot in my life. Oh, my God. Kim Murray already sent me the MPM with her digits. Over the course of the morning today, I saw 3 birds that have all played in heavy for me this past year. Each one was just sitting and watching the world go by. A turkey, vulture, an owl, and a hawk. Wow, that's all teacher animals. The hawk, the owl, all teaching. Amazing, amazing. Um, okay, I will do that. Lisa Berg, can't wait to join next week. PM me. Darlene Tard, I've been feeling the scattered energy. So grateful for my walks and meditation. That is what's going to keep us sane right now, Darlene, is those balance, balance, balance. Um, all you speak of has been happening for Celeste. So true. For all of us. I know today, I swear, I went to the gym, and I'm not a gym person, I'm a yogi, but I went to the gym because I wasn't feeling well at all over the weekend, and I think it was just a cold, this weird 48-hour thing. But I went to the gym because I'm like, yeah, I haven't gone in a couple of days, and I left. It was like overwhelming for me, just the energy. It was so electrical. And as I said, I'm not really a gym person, but I make myself go because I got to keep my joints lubricated. But and we all have to have movement. It's really important in energy like this when the electricity comes in and we have those surges in our body. Really, really important to move energy. My Fitbit thingy is set for every hour to make me get up and move because sometimes I work from home. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards for Celeste. That may be all I have time for tonight, but let me see. Celeste Lipsky. Anybody who's a childhood friend of Stephanie Kalanoff is a brave soul. I'm only kidding. Steph knows I'm joking. I love her. Everyone, just send some love out to Steph. She recently lost her mom, and it's a big adjustment for her. But that's what happens. Those big adjustments are what really make us stronger and bring us to our path of what we really are supposed to be on. Even though we miss our loved ones, sometimes the universe just doesn't want us to have restrictions anymore. And as I say that for you, Celeste, I got the judgment card, which in the tarot is not actual judgment. Just need a camera on the table. Thanks, Carmine. Um, so the first card I pulled for you was the judgment card. And Celeste, judgment in tarot, as I read, is not judgment like we all think of judgy people, right? Judgment in the tarot card is a rebirth. It's the Archangel Gabriel is in the card, and he actually comes down to bring clear messages. This, for me, tonight is a beautiful card because it's actually confirmation for me that that we're getting messages. And like I said, that recognition, that cognition, that recognition coming in for all of us to get beautiful messages from a place of divine guidance. And the second card I got for you was the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles is a card of new beginnings, just like the Judgment card. So I would say, Celeste, whatever is going on in your life, you're up for some real new beginnings. Maybe our third card could tell us what that is. Third card is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a business card. She is a business boss, like a boss babe. Queen of Pentacles is someone that sits on the throne, comes up with ideas, has a really good imagination, but knows how to implement them and structure them. And you can see she's holding a coin in her hand, which is very symbolic of hard work paying off. So this spread actually confirms for me everything I was just saying on the show tonight. New beginnings, great change coming, rebirth. This judgment card, if you can see it on camera, actually has little babies like coming out of a grave, which is rebirth, you know, going from death to life, a Pluto energy, which means the transformation and transfiguration of taking something that is the end of a cycle and making it a beginning. That's what the Judgment card is all about. Ace of Pentacles is all about the new beginning. And again, Pentacles, you've got the Queen of Pentacles here. Pentacles are coin. They are rewards for a job well done. They're the gold. They're the treasure. So I would say if you also have recently lost someone, I know Stephanie has, I feel like your energies are very intertwined. If you also have recently lost someone, know that this is also about a new beginning. And Stephanie, I can't help but say that some of these cards are definitely also for you as well. And then I've got this beautiful card of repose, which is the Four of Swords, which means to take some time in quiet contemplation. Take those walks, be near the ocean, be near the water, be in the forest. Take time to slow your roll because those messages that are coming from that beautiful trumpet of Archangel Gabriel in the Judgment card will come for you. And you can't make this stuff up, guys. Another Pentacle card. This is the biggest Pentacle card in the deck for hard work paying off. It is the Eight of Pentacles, which is abundance and coin coming in. So whether you're having a windfall, Celeste, I'm thinking you maybe need to go to Jake's 58 with Stephanie. Whether I'll go too. Whether it's actual coin or a reward for hard work, I feel like you have been living your karma. You've been doing the work. You've been taking the responsibility. You've been making the change. I feel like this also is almost a physical thing, like a cleaning out of a house. So I don't know if that's for you and you have something going on with that, or if you're actually going to be helping Stephanie do something like that. But feel that really strongly. So, and Kirsten, I see that you're on, and I wanted to say to you, I'm definitely going to be calling you about getting together and doing a little luncheon or something for some ladies. Celeste says that all makes sense to her and aligns with the past month and for this year. Thank you so much. This weekend I walked in the forest and, oh, okay. She walked in the forest and the water. We were just talking about going to Jake's. There you go. Yeah, it applied to you, definitely. So I feel like your energies are very intertwined. So I would love to go to Jake's with you too. I'm not much of a gambler, but I have to do it. I just have to do it for Steph's mom. So anyway, that's just about our show for tonight. So I just want to say, if you guys will really make sure that you DM me or PM me through the Zancuda Soul Space on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel first, then give me your digits for your birth date with time and place. I'm going to pull your chart ahead of next Monday, and our Valentine's show is going to be me reading charts and telling you guys your soul's intention. If I get a tremendous amount of charts, then we'll do it again another week as well. But send me those PMs with your, I need the time and place and your birth date, and we will. And make sure you tell me AM or PM on the birth date, and we'll read your chart and pull it on the show. So I hope you're going to subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can find me on Zenkuda Soul Space on Facebook, and you can find me on Zenkuda Official on Instagram. You can DM me either place. And I hope you'll be back here in the Soul Space with me next Monday night at 7 o'clock. But in the meantime, be really careful this week because we've got a lot of electricity coming through, a lot of shocking surprises coming in. I hope they're good and gentle for you. But do your work, do your karma, make sure you're taking responsibility, and get your cognition going for your recognition so we can all get better at whatever it is we're in alignment to do. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week on the Soul Space. Please share the show, and you can listen to the replay on Spotify. Bye-bye.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Everybody, it's Teresa from Tea Time. What's my show about? I interview people in the entertainment industry, producers, directors, actors, and guess what? My show is on every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. on Channel 20 on Optimum TV. So tune in because it's fun, interesting, and exciting.
Hi, I'm Georgia Rose, founder of Zenkuda. You can watch me on the Soul Space podcast every Friday at noon on Channel 20 for spiritual guidance. And as you all know, that is how I first opened into my own psychic gifts, was through the angelic realm, astrology. So we've got Mars and the Sun together in Scorpio, which creates a lot of combustion. In the astrological world, we call that a kazemi, and tarot. When the Four of Cups right side up, it means we have a lot of choices to make, and we're not looking at what's really being divinely given to us. We're too busy in the busyness of the choices to really see the divine intervention, the divine timing, and the divine guidance. We're the place. Watch the Soul Space podcast.